The most motto mindset of successful thinking. Motto is short for motivation. The true outcome of having a mindset of successful thinking is having an unwavering expectation of successfully achieving a predetermined goal, knowing that the outcome was supposed to happen. Excuse me. It's near the end of the week. The week is about over. It's near the end of the day or the work day, but someone still needed to hear this. I believe my objective in life is to edify, inspire, and to encourage people to be better than they were 5 minutes ago before they come encounter with me. So before you come encounter with this video, I believe my point in life is to actually inspire and edify you and encourage you to be better than you were 5 minutes ago. But let me tell you the importance about data. You know, data is very important. The numbers are important. It helps you avoid going into a cycle, or it helps you understand the importance of different cycles, just like the markets and things like that, just like your blood work and all that. And you may have heard me say this before, but I think it bears importance to say it again. And I need you to understand this. Understand the importance of knowing that something may be a fact. That doesn't mean it has to be your fate. Let that sink in. Just because something is a fact doesn't mean it has to be your fate. Just because something shows that the data shows this person would be this type of individual, or this situation would happen if this situation is in place, and blase, and the whole circle of that, just because it may be a fact doesn't mean it has to be your fate. I said it because I believe I have credibility in this space to say this, is because all the facts in my life, all the data shows that if you're raised into a single parent household, raised by a teen mother, raised in a certain environment, raised by this and that standard, living in this way, this size or this dad or this type of blood work or whatever it may be, it seems like it may be a fact, so you think things are over. It seems like it may be a fact and the data shows this, so this has to happen. But just because it's a fact doesn't mean it has to be your fate. Doesn't mean it has to be your outcome. Like I told my wife a long time ago, like when we first got married, just because someone's situation, statistics say this about marriage, or statistics say that about this or that, doesn't mean it has to be our story. Change it with this. Just because it's a fact, or just because it happens to others, doesn't mean it has to be your story. Somebody needed to hear that. Someone needs to know just because it happened to them, that don't mean it happens to you. Just because this is there doesn't mean it has to be you. Just because you might be obese doesn't mean it has to be you. Just because you may be raised in the upbringing of this way and you're born in this type of upbringing, or you may have this type of background, doesn't mean it has to be you. Just because you used to actually you might used to be a stripper or something. Just because you used to perform that job or do this type of thing, doesn't mean it has to be your outcome, be your story. There's so many people that have defied the odds. And just because it was a fact doesn't mean it was their fate. Hey, have a good night. Have a good rest of the day. Look, remember, the true outcome of having a mindset of successful thinking is having an unwavering expectation of successfully achieving a predetermined goal, knowing that the outcome was supposed to happen. Mahalo.